right, welcome to May 26th pre-market session. Let's get started. We're gonna go over the news and the market, which gapped up, and some tickers that are setting up really well to trade. So what's happening in the market, in the news? First of all, there are some positive sentiment from reported progress in Iran and US negotiations. As a result, you can see S&P 500 up 55 points, Nasdaq futures up 342 points, and above fair value. And overall, the market is green again, and we are seeing a lot of gap ups in the whole market. All right, there are potential reopening of Strait of Hormuz with no tolls, and Iran reportedly committing to no nuclear weapon development. As a result, the crude oil dropped. Right, crude oil dropped around 4%. Right. And yeah, treasury yields lower across the curve, and yeah, lower yields, lower oil, creating risk on environment for equities, and everything is pushing back up higher. Dow Jones just, where is Dow Jones? Dow Jones just made a new all-time high. Actually did it on Friday after hour, but this was something that I've been talking about in the last couple of days. Finally, we broke out of this structure, held above 500, and pushed above this 505 all-time high. Semiconductor stocks leading the pre-market. MU, Micron Technology, surging after UBS raised its price target. And reiterated a buy rating. Okay, as a result, MU is gapping up and pushing all the way higher as well. Overall, AI and chip sector strength supporting Nasdaq. The focus today would be at 10 a.m., which is the consumer confidence. Yeah, consumer confidence release will be at 10 a.m. today. So 30 minutes after market open. And later this week we have PCE inflation data as well. What else? US oil companies are reportedly increasing the production, and Uber Technologies, Uber is considering to a higher bid for a company called Delivery Hero. They want to buy that company, and as a result of that, I guess Uber is dropping. Yeah, Uber dropped, and it's still holding on the range Friday closed. Okay, so let's take a look at the overall market first. What is happening? So that's pretty much it on the news side, by the way. Okay, so we covered pretty much everything that is needed. Yeah, S&P 500. Let's start with SPY. What is happening on SPY? So we're seeing the market gap up, hit new all-time high in the pre-market, which is insane, but at the same time, because of the positive sentiments, the investors like it, and technically we're seeing S&P 500 break above this 750 and holding right above it. The key area is 752. And then 749, 750 demand zone on SPY. If we basically retest this 749, 748, 750 zone and bounce back up, that would be a pretty interesting scenario for a continuation, because we did have a massive gap up right now, and as a result, the market might either chop or pull back. These two would be the main scenarios. The other scenario is obviously just moving straight up and breaking new all-time highs. I'm basically breaking the pre-market high and push all the way higher. But usually when market gap ups, it tends to consolidate or pull back or feel some sort of the some portion of the gap and then continue the move. So keep that in mind. And with that being said, if we drop below this areas that we are right now in the pre-market, we might hit this 748, 749. And then if we lose that, the next level would be this 746, 747. Now, ideally, if we hold right around these areas, that would be a lot more stronger and showcases the bulls are in control. And that would be a possible entry point for a bounce here, or you could wait for a clear breakout of pre-market levels. If we reject, we might also just push all the way higher, hit this 751, 752 level and reject it. So my suggestion is wait for the first 10 to 15 minutes for the market to just show its hand and then go from there, instead of just trying to force any trades right now. All right. So key zones 748, 749, and then 752 on SPY. Qs. What is happening on Qs? We were consolidating in this range, bouncing above 696, 700 almost zone, and was rejecting 722 multiple times, and finally we broke and formed this beautiful trend. See, we were in this bull flag, broke it, retested this 710, bounced above it, held there, broke above 715, held, retested, bounced another time. Finally, we're getting out of this resistance zone of 722. The same scenario on Qs, right? We gapped up and we're pushing all the way higher. 727 obviously is the key resistance zone. That is important. That is important. That is a main resistance right now because we don't have anything else above here. But I would be interested in seeing a possible pullback down to all this 722, 722.5 on Qs, and see buyers hold the level for continuation, because we already again gapped up a lot on the Qs. If you check out the daily chart, we closed at these areas on 717. Now we're at 726. So that's a massive gap. And what market usually does is consolidation and or basically a pullback and then continuation. Again, I'm not saying you shouldn't trade it if it continues and breaks the pre-market high and push all the way higher. If that happens, well, we will follow the price action. I'm just trying to prepare you guys for possible scenarios that might be out there. I don't want you guys to just see a gap up and just automatically assume that the price should go higher and like you should buy and you should go long. Instead of that, wait for the confirmations, wait for the price to settle, and then start the positions, start opening the positions. Dow Jones, beautiful price action, huh? So consolidation, lots of, if I want to just make it a little bit simpler, this was basically the resistance zone. Technically it was from here to here, but just making it a little bit simpler to understand. So this was the resistance zone around these areas. We finally broke it. This was the resistance, right? This was this resistance. We were rejecting. Finally broke out and boom, pushed all the way back up higher. And yeah, the key zone here on watch obviously would be 505, 505.5 level on DIA, Dow Jones ETFs, if you want to focus on it. And then also the pre-market high of 509 obviously would be the key resistance zone, right? So the zone that it should hold is this 505. That's very important, and it did actually hold, right? We held here, here, and then we retested here, and then we pushing back up higher. So there are two key new areas. One is 508 and one is 509. So if it holds 508, awesome. If it doesn't, and if it doesn't hold around these zones and the buyers cannot push the price higher, we might retest 505. So that would be your key zone on watch for Dow Jones. Okay. Hi. Hey. How are you, Yasser? Welcome, guys. So, yeah, that would be the key zone on Dow Jones. All right. Now let's talk about a couple of individual tickers. Before that, let's go over SMH. So semiconductor ETF. You can understand how the whole kind of sector is moving. And as you can see, we are hitting new all-time highs here on SMH. And with that, semiconductor names are ripping here. We'll go over them one by one. Okay, so what's happening? SMH, new all-time high, broke 503, yeah, resistance, and it's holding pretty strong with the whole market gapped up, and it's pushing back up higher. Again, the same scenario. If you pull back down till 582 would be interesting. If not, we might chop here. That's not interesting. If we cannot hold 582.3 and push lower, again, that would be a possible fake breakout and then basically sell off, which might be interesting as well. Another scenario is breakout of this new all-time high or pre-market high, which can push the whole market. And there are lots of names that are setting up for new all-time highs. Okay, so let's take a look at a couple of tickers. Apple is looking pretty solid, very strong at all-time high, and it's holding really well as well after this consolidation and pullback that I explained. And if you remember, since the earning, I was talking about Apple as an interesting name for possible all-time highs, which it did. And now we are at this level of 312 almost on Apple. We're forming a triangle, a break above this 312, 311. Definitely on watch for new all-time highs. And the key zone it needs to hold is around this 308. We lose that, the next main zone would be 303, 300 level on AAPL. Very strong at all-time high. Definitely a little bit overextended, so a pullback or consolidation might happen. Okay, because look what happened the last time. We pushed higher for like what, $10 and then consolidated. Now we broke out. We need to consolidate somehow, unless Apple wants to move like semiconductor names. Tesla. What happened here on Tesla in the last week? We pushed back down. This pullback ended up just moving way stronger than just a normal pullback. But technically, we did pull back and held above this 395, 396 level finally. Okay, this is the trend line that you're seeing here that Tesla is holding. So we had this this bearish sentiment, right, and this bearish trend. Finally, that got broken. We broke out of this structure, right, hit 410, bounced back down. This new low is above the previous low, and now we made a new high which is above previous high, and then this new low almost is holding the previous high, and we are forming higher high, higher lows right now. And we are back above this 200 SMA on, this is the zone, on Tesla as well. And after this massive push back up, we are seeing Tesla is consolidating and bouncing above this 422, 423 zone, which is strong. The pre-market level of 431, definitely 431.5, definitely on watch for a break. If that breaks, the next level would be for 437 and then 442, and then the major level that we rejected last time was 452.53. Okay. Well, the demand zone obviously is 423, and then here we have 415 till 410, almost demand zone as well. Okay, but for now, the key zone that it is holding right now is right here, 424, 426 level on Tesla. All right, Tesla looks pretty solid. Definitely on watch for the day and for a break of this 431 level. NVIDIA. So we pulled back, okay, post earning. We pushed back down finally, okay, in the after hour mainly, but the bid technically held the level and pushed the price back up to this 217 to 18 zone. We'll see what happens if we reject this zone, right? If we reject this zone, technically on the hourly chart, we broke down, retested, rejecting and pushing back down. That's one scenario. We'll see if that rejection happens or not. For now, the sentiment is pretty strong on the semiconductor name, so I'm not sure if we will see a rejection and sell-off. On the other hand, if we break out of this 218 to 18.5-ish level, we can push all the way higher for a retest of this 221 and then 223.4. That could be another scenario on NVIDIA. Okay, so but overall, not that interesting of a setup. If it bounces and if it holds here, right? If it breaks above this 218.19 and holds strong, this might end up being a consolidation and then pull back and then push back up higher for continuation. Okay, so it depends on the price action when the market opens. Google pretty flat. AMD very strong again, made new all-time highs. Where were we on AMD? This is the previous all-time high, right? This zone was the previous all-time high zone. We broke it, and in the pre-market we are holding right at this zone with relatively strong pre-market price action. So 485 definitely on watch on AMD, and the key demand zone would be this 472-ish. So keep that on watch for a possible hold. If it does hold, again the same scenario. If we push back down and does hold, we might see a bounce and interesting continuation, possibly on a lot of these names. But if we cannot hold this 472 level and just lose this level and push back down, this will end up being just a fake move or fake breakout. So for now it's strong. The 484 level definitely on watch on AMD for a possible continuation. With the whole sentiment that we have right now, all of these names are relatively strong. Meta, it's stuck in a range. MU, wow, look at MU just, this is the previous all-time high, right? Yeah, MU just almost hit the previous all-time high, right? So we are at, this is the previous all-time high, right? So yeah, 820, it is right there, and it hit previous all-time high in the pre-market. Just made the whole move from 775 all the way up till 820. Pretty massive move. So yeah, it's possible to see a break of all-time high and then continuation, or we might retest this 800 level, 802, 801 level, and hold there and then continue the move. That would be also interesting to watch as well. But definitely massive strength here on MU. So we'll wait for the price action to open. Depending on its reaction to this all-time high, we might either need to wait for the price to consolidate here or pull back and then move higher, or if we break just straight this break this all-time high, we are gonna we're gonna trade based on the price action. Very, very strong move on MU there. All right, Microsoft, Amazon. Yeah, Amazon is looking good overall. I'm not gonna say I hate Amazon's price action at this point. We had this consolidation. We broke out. We are holding above this 265 to 66 level. So I like that. As long as we hold this level, we are looking good for a possible continuation on Amazon. It's not there yet, so we need to get out of this 200, maybe 70, and then depending on the price action around these 270 till almost 280, 278, 279 zone. Yeah, just take a look at Amazon. Overall, it's just like it just rejected these zones a lot, and tons of rejections around these areas. We need to see the strength on Amazon in order to basically consider it an interesting setup to trade. Honestly, PLTR very flat, and yeah, WDC might be interesting name to watch as well. It just broke this trend, basically bull flag, and then broke out of this zone, hit this 492, bounced, retested 480, and it's continuing the move. And the pre-market, the all-time high is 523, 524. So WDC definitely interesting name on watch as long as it holds this 480, 488 demand zone. Uber had a or basically news, and it's weak. So below this 71.5, 71 level, definitely could be a name on watch for a possible sell-off and hitting this 69.5, $70. So might need to keep that on watch as well. But the key names on watch for the day would be Tesla, AMD, and MU, and yeah, maybe checking out NVIDIA as well for a possible clean price action, and Apple. All right, these would be the main ones. Okay. All right, so I will be I'll be going ahead and trade live with the team. If you want to join us, make sure you check out the description below, like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys in the next pre-market live.